What is going on, everybody? Skyline Akins here with Southwest Missouri Sports. We are here on a Friday night, and it is a football Friday here in Clever, Missouri, where the Forsyth Panthers have traveled up north to take on a Mid-Lakes Conference rival, formerly an SWCL rival, but here now we are in a new era of Mid-Lakes football here. So we are about 15 minutes away from getting started. We're going to shoot it down to one of our sponsors real quick while the band does the national anthem, and then we'll be come right back to you for some pregame. Hello, everybody. Skyline Akins with Southwest Missouri Sports here. Joined with me is Laura Walden of the Clever Barn. First off, just thank you for taking a little bit of time and talking with us.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
So Clever Barn here in Clever, Missouri, kind of event venue. Just kind of tell me a little bit more about about your venue.
Yeah, it was built in the 1880s, and my husband and I have done all the work on it to create a very relaxing, laid-back feel as soon as you get here. And we have every kind of event you can think of out here. We have weddings, birthday parties, anniversaries. Karaoke nights, we have ladies' nights, guys' nights, movie parties, a little bit of everything really out here.
Yeah, it really was there's something for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You were taking me around here and showing me there was everything from a putting green to tiki bars. And,
yeah.
It really is, there is something for everybody.
Oh, well, thank you.
So when did you guys open?
We opened up May 17th, 2014. So we just now celebrated our 10th year anniversary.
10 years.
This summer, yeah, we went just like that. And we've just been having a blast, and we're always working on it. And it's just the two of us, and a lot of work, but we love what we're doing, have huge passion for it, and you just never know what you're going to see every time you come out. So we get a kick out of that.
What was your inspiration kind of behind wanting to open something like this up?
Well, you're probably going to laugh at this. Actually, we used to have parties here back when it was just a nasty old barn, and we were having a party upstairs, our Waldoween, which is our Halloween party we have every year, with our last name being Walden.
Yeah.
Started with Waldo. So we're having our Waldoween back in 2013, and we had like 50 plus, people. And just having a blast, and at that time it was just nasty,
Yeah.
And as they were leaving, we were out there by the bonfire, and I said, what do you think about turning this whole thing into a venue, kind of thing? And he looked at me and said, I think you're nuts. And I said, well, I think so too, but you don't know till you try. So we started that very next morning, and we opened up 6 months later. And ever since then, we just get busier and busier and more known, We're really, really excited with where it's gone.
Yeah, so, you kind of talked about, you host all kinds of events,
Mm-hmm.
parties, guys' nights, girls' nights, weddings. I think I've seen pictures on Facebook of, I don't know if there was, like, the Clever prom or not prom, but, like, there was, like, some event out here, I think a couple of years ago or something like that. But just kind of talk about what are some of your favorite events to put on.
My favorite events. I would say the most events we have out here are my Sweet 16 birthday parties.
Huh.
They have an absolute blast. Usually the moms are down here playing board games or shooting pool or whatever, and the girls are all upstairs and they're singing karaoke and they're dancing and having a little party, and they get the whole barn to themselves. And that's something else too. They can either bring in everything, or I can take care of everything and have it all ready for them, when they arrive. So I try to be really accommodating, for, whatever they have in mind,
Yeah, you've been telling me, there's always something going on down here. Roughly, how many events do you guys host, every year?
Oh, Lord. I would have to say at least 100, probably.
Wow.
Yeah, with everything, because some weekends are double booked, sometimes I'm booked from Thursday through Sunday. It varies, and we're open all year round. So
obviously, Clever Barn. Not all your business comes from Clever,
Mm-hmm.
but just kind of talk about the relationship that you kind of have with the community out here.
Oh, yeah, my gosh. I love having my open hangout nights. And like you say, we've got the putting green, the bowling, the kids zone, the karaoke dance floor, big bonfire pit, out the back. It's just we wanted it to be a laid back spot where people could come out and have a good time. And then now we got our food truck, so now we're doing that as well. And we don't charge anything, for individual things that they're going to do,
Yeah.
and people appreciate that because, the economy, so I still want them to have a place to come out and have a good time, but not, break the bank,
Right.
so.
Yeah, so if someone wants to, schedule an event, whether it's a, if it's just like a group hangout or, a Sweet 16 birthday party, what's the process look like, to schedule an event like that?
Yeah, my number is 417-350-2343. They can call me, text me, whatever they're comfortable with. You can find me on Facebook, The Clever Barn, and I'm on Instagram, Google, all of those social medias. And yeah, I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to have your events out here. The coolest thing about having a venue is that we've made so many friends out here, and it's amazing. They're not customers; they are actual. They're our friends, and we love that. We just really get a kick out of that,
So someone just gives you a call and then kind of says what they're wanting to do, what kind of event they're wanting to do, and is there like different package plans that they can choose from? Or?
Yeah. For my weddings, I can do the all-inclusive, or I can do all you. So the all-inclusive, I take care of everything for up to 50 people. That's their catering. That is, all of their paper products. That would be their officiant. That would be their fireworks send-off. What else. Everything we have, they would have access to it. I know I'm forgetting some things. I do apologize about that. But in essence, if they have something in mind, I'll make it happen for them. And if they have everything already, down what they want to do, they just bring everything in and I'll help them. I can run the bar for them, or I can take care of their food, or I can just be off to the side and be there when they need me, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so having an event venue like this, I mean, I'm sure you've kind of seen a little bit of everything. I mean, just what's been a few of your favorite stories or memories that you've had hosting events?
Memories out here. I'll tell you one. This is really, really cool. Talking about having relationships.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm having my ladies' nights here one night, and I have like 5 or 6 ladies, over there at the bar with me, just chatting a little bit. And in walks a lady that I didn't know, so I walked over, shook her hand, thanked her for coming out, introduced myself. And she said, well, my name is Amber. I got married here about 2 years ago. And I'm like, oh, good Lord, I'm sorry. She goes, no, you meet a lot of people. I get it, And she goes, plus I looked a lot different then, and everything. She's now one of my absolute best friends. I mean, I kid you
That's
not.
Cool.
I love things like that, repeat business, but it's not just repeat business. It's I'm actually a part of their life. You know what I mean? I'm part of their memories that they're making out here in this really, really cool old barn that we breathed life back into.
Yeah.
It was ready to come down, and like I said, my husband said I was nuts. But I said, well, you don't know, till you try. So
welcome back to Clever, as we are 8 minutes away from game time here. National Anthem just wrapped up. The Blue Jays are here. They have arrived. They're getting ready to run through the tunnel. So that means it is just about football time here in Clever. Clever coming out has had an historic start to the season, albeit it's been a shortened a short history up to this point. However, a 2-1 record has been their best start in program history. They started off the season with a 23-12 win over Miller before traveling to Cuba, where they won 29-28 in overtime before falling to an area-powered Reed Spring 26-14 for their 2-1 record. They come in. They're going to be led by Rex Dieters, a transfer quarterback that was an all-conference receiver at Glendale in the COC or in the OC a year ago. Forsyth's been on a bit of a warpath himself. They're coming 2-1. They opened the season with a 30-0 victory over Father Tolton Catholic before losing to Marionville. Yes, that Marionville, that the Class 1 Power, the reigning defending state champions, 28-22, and then defeated Hollister last week, 36-14. Take a look at starters. Let's start with the Forsyth Panthers, who come into this week. He's actually receiving votes for the top 25 or the top 10 in the state. And it's going to be Cameron Stoffer running the quarterback position. But he's able to do a little bit of everything. He's listed as a quarterback and a starting receiver. So this Forsyth team is going to run the flex bone. So I would expect to see him and Tamarcus Holmes get time at quarterback. Probably, I think I saw Tamarcus Holmes going to be starting at running back. Raleigh Fisher and Braxton Gross also going to be running the ball for the Forsyth Panthers and their option attack. Catching the ball when they do throw it, Maverick Blevins and Brian DeRue. And a big offensive line, Ryder Fisher, Drake Blackstock, Braden Logston, Bob Jackson, and Jarrett Walls. Trying to stop that squad is going to be the starting defense for the Blue Jays. Starting on the defensive line, Peyton Guccione, Kendall Piper, Avin Guadardo, and Michael Three. On the defensive line, linebackers Jack Whitlinger, Tavis Limmer. Tavis Limmer scored the go-ahead or the game-sealing touchdown there, week 1 against Miller when we were here last time. Malachi Crawford wrapped up the linebacking crew. In the secondary, you're going to have Lucas Peebles, Xavier Robinson, Gage Evans, and Trenton Allen in the secondary. Starting on the offense for the Blue Jays, it's going to be Rex Dieters, the transfer quarterback from Glendale, who's had a tremendous start to the season. Up to this point, been very slippery. I think that's the best way to describe him after seeing him week 1 against Miller. Very, very, very slippery. Running the ball, give me Quentin Limmer, running back junior. Catching the ball, Lucas Peebles, Xavier Robinson, Gage Evans, Caleb Butts as a tight end. And I'm telling you, you're going to see some 5 wide sets from this Blue Jays offense. Something you don't see super often in high school football, but you're going to see it from the Blue Jays here tonight a little bit. On the offensive line, Michael Threet, Hunter Driscoll, Peyton Guccione, Max Alley, and Jack Whitlinger is on the offensive line. Trying to stop that team, that squad, the Forsyth Panthers, who you're going to recognize a lot of these names. A lot of them are two-way guys. Jarrett Walls, Braden Logston, Bob Jackson, Clay Mueller on the defensive line. Linebacking core, pair of seniors, Aiden Cleveringa and Raleigh Fisher. Then junior Ryder Fisher joined Marcus Holmes, Brian DeRue, Maverick Blevins, and Braxton Gross going to be in the secondary for the Panthers. Take a look at what happened around the Mid-Lakes last week. The Fairgrove, the top-ranked team in Class 2, Fairgrove Eagles, caught the Buffalo Bison. Welcome to the Mid-Lakes, Buffalo. 29-14 was the final score there. 36-14 was your score in Forsyth as they downed the Hollister Tigers and the Hollisters in their first matchup as Mid-Lakes opponents. Reed Springs defeated Clever 26-14, and the Stratford Indians looking the part early on in this season, 35-0 over the Springfield Catholic Fighting Irish. Taking a look at the standings, 3 teams are at least receiving votes in their respective conference. Fairgrove it sits at number 2 in Class 2 with 3-0 record. Stratford in Class 4, or in Class 3 rather, is 3-0. These Forsyth Panthers 2-1. They're receiving votes in Class 2. Reed Spring, Clever, Hollister, Reed Spring also 1-0 in conference, tied for the conference lead. Clever, Hollister, Springfield Catholic, and Buffalo still sit 1 game back behind. Taking a look at the schedule here this week for the Mid-Lakes, we have your game right here. Forsyth taking on the Clever Blue Jays. In Fairgrove, up the road a little ways, the Second-ranked Fairgrove Eagles taking on the Hollister Tigers. Buffalo traveling to number 9 Stratford for a showdown. Their first showdown as members of Mid Lakes. And Reed Spring is going to be renewing a old Big 8 rivalry with the Springfield Catholic Fighting Irish. Both those Reed Springs Catholic and Hollister left the Big 8 this season and joined the Mid Lakes, along with several other teams leaving the Big 8 as well. Notably Marshfield and a few others that joined or created the Ozark Mountain Conference. Your passing leader is going to lead the way for the Blue Jays. He is 28 for 59, 394 yards. With 123 yards, they have 5 touchdowns, 2 of them rushing, and 4 turnovers. Marcus Holmes, 154 pass yards, 2 touchdowns. Rushing your leaders, this is going to be what Forsyth likes to do here. The Quentin Limmers is going to lead the way for the Blue Jays. 35 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown. Raleigh Fisher, 46 carries, 247 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Catching the ball, Lucas Peebles lead the way for the Blue Jays. 9 receptions, 183 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns. Maverick Blevins leads the way for Forsyth. 3 receptions, 67 yards, 22 yards per game. So we are getting ready to take off. It looks like the Blue Jays won the toss, the Panthers won the toss and elected to defer to the second half. So, like I said at the top, I'm Skyland Akins. Join with me, Billy Bieber. You may hear him chime in every once in a while tonight. But we are about to have kickoff here in Clever. Limmers and Xavier Robinson back deep for the Blue Jays. Clever in all blues here tonight. Forsyth, blue helmet, and white pants. A big return here, and he breaks the tackle. He has no one in front of him. Number 4, Trenton Allen, the freshman, takes the opening kickoff all the way back to the house. 6-0 Blue Jays lead over the Panthers. And what an electric start for the Clever Blue Jays as they have thrown the first punch here in what should be a tremendous game here. And I mean, what a story these Blue Jays have been up to this point. And they take a quick 6-0 lead. He just emerged out of nowhere. He was in the middle of a big pile on that return, and it's going to be a direct snap to Limmers, and Limmers is in. No, that's number 3, not Limmers. That's going to be Dieters. 8-0. The Clever Blue Jays have struck first. We're going to step aside for just a second while we gather our breath. 8-0 to score. Clever's got the lead. Welcome back to Clever, where the Blue Jays have struck first and taking the opening kickoff, 70 yards. Trenton Allen for the Blue Jays. Rex Dieters runs in a 2-point conversion. And now the Blue Jays kicking it deep. That was 24 Tavis Limmer on the kick. And another good return for Forsyth. And The Blue Jays looks like the ball popped out. Forsyth recovers the fumble, but man, what a start that would have been.
First and 10 for Forsyth from the 38.
8-0 your score here. First and 10 from the 38-yard line for the Forsyth Panthers on their first drive of the game. Tamarcus Holmes in the backfield. Going to be running out of the flex bone. So a little bit different look than what we've seen all season. Holmes in motions. This one's going to go to Holmes. Holmes is going to look to get to the outside, and he is going to get there. Going to make something out of nothing there, and it's going to be a gain of probably about 7. Gotta get my stat sheet pulled up here. Official gain of 6 there. And a quick snap there. Push the ball up the middle. And this is what Forsyth's going to do. They got a big offensive line. They're going to look to lean on that line. But Stauffer is going to keep it there. But not quite get to the line to gain 3rd and 1. And this one's going to go to 34, Braxton Gross. And he's not going to make the line to gain. They're going to measure it. The initial reaction from the Clever fans, it seemed like it was going to be short, but the measurement's going to give the Panthers a first down. First and 10 from the 48. And run right up the middle. And, that's a big boy running the ball. Number 5, Raleigh Fisher. Good, strong run there for the Panthers. That's going to be a gain of 8.
Brought down by Robinson and Whitmer.
And poor Xavier Robinson had to make a business decision on getting in front of Fisher there. Fisher in motion. He's going to go to the outside and try to get out, and he's going to make it there. And he's still going. He's going to go all the way. Maybe. Yep. He is in for a touchdown. 43-yard touchdown there for Raleigh Fisher. Looked like he was dead to rights, but he was able to get around, make a couple guys miss, go through another block, and man, this the scoring is coming fast and furious here early on. That one's gonna go to number 5 Fisher again, but no good. Clever's defense is going to bend, but not completely break. They're going to keep a lead 8-6 here with 10-14 remaining here in the opening quarter to play. We're going to step aside for just a moment. You're watching Friday Night Football here with Southwest Missouri Sports. Welcome back to Clever, Missouri, where only 2 minutes of game time has gone off the clock. However, we've seen the end zone get reached twice. Once by Trenton Allen, a kick return for a touchdown for the Blue Jays, and an onside kick. I didn't say, and Forsyth's got to be careful, just a whiff on the kick. And, if Clever was thinking there, Billy, they would have ran up there real quick and tried to return that one.
Yeah, well, they couldn't touch it because it didn't even pass the 10 yards yet. So
I believe Clever still would have been able to return it. The Forsyth wouldn't be able to touch it, but that's going to bring up 1st and 10 from their own 37. Blue Jays have ball in fantastic field position here to start their second drive of the game. We're going to see Dieters for the first time. Man goes in motion. This one can go to Limmer. Limmer can go up the middle. Big hole! And he saves! And he brought down just short. And wild.
You couldn't ask for a better game plan from Clever right now at this point.
Yeah, I mean, one offensive play, gain of, 30 yards there by Quentin Limmer. And Blue Jays right there got first and goal. Yeah, he couldn't have drawn it up any better, Coach Howard for the Blue Jays. Here, the keeper by Dieters. Dieters fighting off the tackle, and he's going to have his forward progress stopped.
That Forsyth tried to rip that ball out, take it from him, but he muscled up and kept it in his arms before, so the officials can call or blow the whistle.
Yeah, they call that a gain of 2 for Dieters. Dieters, we talked a little bit about him being slippery. He had a tremendous game last time we were out here for the Clever Blue Jays as they snapped that 21-game losing streak against the Miller Cardinals. Dieters out of the shotgun, and it's going to be a direct snap, and the Forsyth Panthers were not fooled at all. Dieters tried to not fool them. Looks like Coach Howard's pulling out all the tricks here to open up the game. But good discipline there by a good Forsyth squad and squash the attempt. Yeah, 3rd and 6 from the 6-yard line, or 3rd and 12 from the 6, and throw's gonna be just out of the reach. It looks like number 5, Lucas Peebles, was the intended receiver. That's gonna bring up a 4th and goal from the 6.
I think that was the right call. Just he hung it out to dry a little bit. Otherwise, I think if he'd have caught that, that'd probably been another 6 points, Scott.
Yeah, that was a great call. The quick outs there, should be an easy pitch and catch. Just led his man just a little too far. That's gonna bring up a 4th down. One back look here. Limmer in the backfield, and Dieters is gonna look for a man and incomplete. Dieters looking for his all-state receiver, or all-conference receiver, Xavier Robinson. All-state track runner, but was just too tall. And that is going to bring up 1st down for the Panthers. And a pitch to Fisher outside, and a good stop there. Be a short gain. Actually, they're going to call it a gain of nothing. Brings up 2nd and 10. Struggling to see the numbers up here. I feel like last night in Diamond we were a little higher. And a big tackle there. That was Tamarcus Holmes on the carry. Jack Whitlinger in there for the tackle. Gain of 1. And in 3rd and 9 from the 7. And if you're the Blue Jays, you got to be careful, because Stauffer can throw the ball a little bit. I wouldn't expect to see the ball in the air a whole lot, especially considering Tamarcus Holmes, their primary quarterback, is playing running back here tonight, and ball going to the outside and is going to get the first down. That one is Cameron Stoffer on the keeper, and that was a killer.
First shutdown by Xavier Robinson.
It looked like they had him stopped in the backfield, but just kept on going and was able to get to the corner and was able to get the first down. Gain of 10 there by Stoffer. Short run there by 34. Braxton Gross. Gain of 2. Jack Whitlinger with another tackle. He's already piling up the tackles here early on. And and I think that third down play call tells you about all that you need to know about this Forsyth offense. They're gonna try to run the ball over and over and through you and around you. Third and 9. That's typically a situation where you expect to see a throw, but they decided they wanted to continue their flex bone look and got the first down. 3rd and 3 here from the 26. And that one's going to be close. But it's going to be enough for a first down, gain of 4. And that's going to bring us to our opening quarter water break. And man, what a opening quarter this has been. This first half of the first quarter. It's been you're liable to break your neck going from one end of the field to the other.
It's almost starting off like a tennis match. They're the first, 3 or 4 possessions. We had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
First was a kickoff return, 70 yards, and then Forsyth came back and opened one up on the outside. And Lowe tried to tackle him, but just ran right through 2 or 3 tackles and went right to the house.
Yeah, and then Clever's very next play from scrimmage was a 30-yard gain and was tackled just short of the goal line, and Clever unable to capitalize. And those are the opportunities that I'm afraid Clever's going to have to capitalize on if they're going to want to stay in this one. This Forsyth team is legit, and from what it looks like, they're going to just try to run the ball 3-4 yards at a time. And so far, they've done a pretty good job of it. Yeah,
they're going to try to wear the defensive line out for sure. So later in the game, it's who's got the will that wants it more. So
carry there by Gross. Gross to be brought down in the backfield.
And
that's what you're going to have to do if you're Clever. You got to get them off schedule. If they're able to get those 3-4 yards, well, Billy, you get 4 downs to play with. If you get 3 yards, that's guaranteed a first down. If you get 3 yards every time, so we want to throw them off schedule, make them have to make up for that. And this one, a little in around and the Holmes, and he's gonna be stopped for maybe a gain of 1. They're calling it gain of 2. Bring up 3rd and 9. Got that magic 3rd and 9 once again. For the Blue Jays, this is where you want Forsyth to be living. The Blue Jays looking for far and away their biggest win of their program history here tonight. And Holmes is going to look to throw it. He's scrambling. He's looking. He's got pressure on him. And he's going to find 34, Braxton Gross on the sideline.
He's down to number 5.
Be a gain of about 13. And you know what? And I've been waiting for Forsyth to do something like that up to this point. they had, 3rd and 9 last time around. They decided to keep it on the ground, keep on doing what they're good at. This time they decided to snap it back to their typical quarterback who's playing running back here tonight. Short run there by Raleigh Fisher. That's gonna be a gain of, we'll call it about 2. And this time, I know it almost looked like they caught Clever by surprise to see Tamarcus Holmes there back to pass, and got pressure on him, but he was able to run around, be able to find just enough time to hit Braxton Gross. This one going back to Holmes. Holmes, one cut and up the middle. That's going to be a good gain of about, I'd say about 7.
Number 4, Trenton Allen.
Yep, they're going to give him a first down. It's going to be a gain of 8 then.
First down, it's going to be first and 43.
Down to 3.5 minutes remaining here in this opening possession. Clever leads 8-6, but the Forsyth Panthers has looked almost unstoppable here on offense, as Raleigh Fisher are going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. And once again, the Blue Jays are doing a good job of keeping them off schedule.
Blue Jays are doing a great job at the misdirection. Forsyth's trying to do a little misdirection, and they're staying right on the backside, doing a really great job at it so far this first quarter.
Yeah, and that's going to be a key for them. You got to stay disciplined when you're playing a team running the flex bone. You got to stay disciplined, stay in your gap. And up to this point, they've done a terrific job, but one man getting out of their gap, and it's all over for the Blue Jays. We have whistles. And Billy, I can only hope and pray that we don't hear nearly as many whistles as we heard last night in Diamond.
Yeah. So far, we're way ahead of the game right now. They have not had one penalty yet so far. In the first quarter, we had 2 minutes and 39 seconds left, and it's actually a really clean football game so far.
How many do you think we had last night?
I bet you it was close to 20, 25.
That's what I kept saying.
With both teams. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it made for a long night. Go along with the 45-minute lightning delay at halftime. I mean, it was 10:30 before we got out of there. It was late night, and then on Thursday night means we still got school and got work in the morning. But here we are playing on Friday night. Nobody's got anywhere to be tomorrow. This one's going to Fisher. Fisher up the middle is going to just almost trip over his offensive line, but he's going to fall forward for a gain of about 3, 4. We're going to put another 3rd and 7. This is where Clever's got to be good here. Third, you've held them to 3rd and long twice already. They've got them. They've picked both of them up. But now with Forsyth creeping down into their into Clever Blue Jay territory, you got to stop them here. This one going, and terrific snag there. 15. Braden Flood dove at the ankles, held him just long enough for reinforcements to get here. I didn't see who carried that ball, though.
30 seconds.
Braden Gross with the carry. 4th and 5. The Blue Jays are going to have to be very good on 4th down. Get their defense off the field. Their defense is going to be worn out after this one. Yep. Holmes is going to look to throw it. And he's going the other direction. Got one man to beat. And he's getting knocked out of bounds. Number 40, Amy Guadajardo gets the interception. Blue Jays are in business once again.
Can you believe this, Skyland? He read that thing so well. The quarterback hit him in stride instead of his receiver in stride.
Yeah, and and Holmes had to make a tremendous play just to not give up the pick six. Because I'm telling you, I thought he was housing it.
I thought he was actually going to the house.
Blue Jays back in business here after a big fourth down stop. Limmer up the middle is going to be brought down for probably a short gain. Gain of 1 there by Quentin Limmer.
Remaining on play brings it 2nd and 10.
And 30 seconds remaining here in this opening quarter of play. Forsyth playing a one-eye safety look. Dieters is going to look for Xavier Robinson. He's going to find him. He's going to shimmy and shag up to about the, what is that, the 29-yard line. Gain of 7 there, or gain of 6. But I think that's going to do it for the opening half or the opening quarter rather of play. 8-6 is your score from Clever. The Blue Jays have the lead, and they are driving in position to make a play here. So the Blue Jays we're gonna switch ends here. We're gonna step aside. You're watching Friday Night Football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. We are back out here at Clever where the Blue Jays face a 3rd and 3 here on their 29 on the Forsyth 29-yard line, looking to go up even further. They lead 8-6 up to this point. There was a return the opening kick back to the house, and Tavis Limmer, it was going nowhere, and made a nice little spin move, and that's gonna be enough for a first down, gain of about 6.
Gave him a first down.
But more importantly, moving the chains there for the Blue Jays.
That game's good for Clever Blue Jays.
And that's just a good example of just never giving up on the play. Got hit in the backfield, had a lot of traffic, just kind of made a little spin move, and was able to on a timeout. Timeout called by Forsyth. And I mean, that's probably last thing that Coach Conley wanted to do over on the Forsyth sideline. Just had an opportunity to talk about what they wanted to do there on the 3rd down, and having to waste their first time out of the half when there's still a long time left to go, and with an offense that's not necessarily explosive as Forsyth says. I'm sure that's definitely not what they wanted to do. Score up to this point. 11:41 remaining during the 2nd quarter. First and 10 for the Blue Jays. And Dieters drops back. He looks to scramble. And then go out the middle. There's a flag thrown. Kind of in the area where you would expect to see a hold.
Hold it. Blue Jays.
And Billy's got the right idea. We're tracking how many penalties we see here.
You never know. It could come up to as many as it was last night. I sure hope not, but
Oh, I hope not as well. I got a 3.5 hour drive after, and actually from here, about 4.5 hours after the game tonight. So I don't want to get out of here at 10:30 again. But you know what? We'll stay here until the lights turn off, like we do every
we
week.
have to, yes.
It's been a fantastic opening 4 weeks of broadcast, and Billy been my right hand man the entire time. Finally getting them on a mic here tonight. So I figured you gotta give a dog a treat every once in a while. Her little quit showing up at the door. No, I appreciate you more than you even realize.
Not a problem. I enjoy it.
They taking time away from family here on a Friday night.
Yeah, it's a good thing I don't have a dog in the fight. Till basketball season and softball season comes along.
Billy's daughter, all-state softball player, just committed to go play at NEO next season. Senior Vernon, as Dieter's gonna look, and he's gonna find number 8. I believe that is Gage, or number 9. No, number 0. Gage Evans, the senior.
Panthers made by 2
Be a short game, maybe gain it 2. We'll call it 2. That's gonna bring up a 3rd and 12, and this is kind of a place that Clever does not want to be. This Forsyth team is you want to be able to control the ball, control the chains, and Forsyth is gonna go on long drives. You have to be able to sustain them here. 3rd and 13. You would assume to see the ball in the air here with Dieters. Man in motion and flags thrown.
Delay game.
Delay game on the Blue Jays. Third and 18. Now you're going the wrong direction.
Well, the thing about it is, too, is that you definitely, at this point, you ain't got a field goal kicker to kick 54 yards. So you actually got 2 plays left to get roughly 20 yards. So,
Absolutely.
it's possible. I've seen this team do it before. They can do it again. So.
He's looking, and this one is going to be caught there by 20. Let's just go ahead and get them all fast. David Robinson, a big time catch. It looked like that one was kind of a dangerous throw. It looked like that one could have got intercepted and taken the other way. But David Robinson rises and gets the reception, and he's not going to get the first down.
He is just inches away.
4th and 1 here from the 16-yard line. And this is where, if you're the Blue Jays, you got to get pick your best play to gain 1 yard. I like to see a hard count here to possibly drive them. Jumping in and screaming in my ear. Timeout called by the Blue Jays. Billy Howard wanting to talk things over for just a minute. This is a big play in the game, and Billy, I'm going to defer over to you here for just a minute. You got 4th and 1, 9 minutes remaining in this opening half. A lot of people don't think that you really stand much of a chance in this one. What do you do here if you're Billy Howard?
Well, what I'd probably do, they're probably expecting the ball to go right up the middle. They got the big fullback that's in, number 6. I don't know his name right off the bat. Kendall. Got him in. But I'd almost do a little misdirection. I'd almost fake it up the middle and then roll out, and then you have a little slant pass or a little side out pass, quick, easy pass. Is what I'm thinking. So, but they'll probably go right up the gut. They got that big fullback in. We'll see what they can do. Quarterback sneak.
Put it in the hand of their quarterback. Rex Dieters up in the middle. from the initial look, it looked like he got enough,
First down.
and he did first down. And you know, for as much as the quarterback sneak works, it scares me every time seeing teams run it. Just there's no telling what's going on down at the bottom of that pile. And typically, you don't want your quarterback to be in a situation.
No, absolutely not. Not with these big front line. Both these teams, both these front lines are just absolutely humongous tonight. And then you got the little bitty quarterback that just pushed his way through there, though. He got it done.
Steven's gonna hand this one off to Tavis Limmer, and this one's gonna be brought down for probably a short loss.
Loss of 2 on that. So it'll be 2nd and 12.
You know, and I think in a perfect situation here for Clever, you might want to, you know, with a team running the flex bone, you have a little bit more room, you know, leave a little bit of time left on the clock. However, you still want to make sure you find the end zone here.
Well, they got it widened out now.
5 wide look, Dieter's looking, can't find anybody, he's scrambling, and he's going to force it. A throw, and the ball comes out. It's still going around, but Forsyth is going to pick it up. And you just got to throw that one away.
At that point right there, yeah, just throw it out of bounds, you know, lived for another play, and instead he tried to force something that wasn't there, and Forsyth took advantage of it.
Yeah, and, you know, that's a situation that, you know, we've seen several times, you know, covering the Miller games as well. You know, Miller's quarterback tends to get in some trouble and then tries to just force it downfield. You know, I don't think here in 4 weeks, 6 games, I still don't think we've seen anybody throw the ball away. 7:35 remaining for the Panthers. And if you're Clever, you're hoping to give them the ball back with, you know, closer to 3 or 4 minutes left. You know, just you know, force them to make it an explosive play. Second and 6, 7:11 remaining here in this opening half. Forsyth on their own 31 run up the middle. And I saw the ball come flying out there late. It looks like the whistle is already blown. But that's going to bring up another third down. It looks like Stoffer on the, or Stoffer rather, on the keeper. Gain of nothing. 3rd and 4. If they get a stop here, I would be curious to see how aggressive Forsyth is going to be in their own end of the field. But whenever you've ran the ball as efficiently as you have up to this point, but we're going to throw the ball here, and this one's going to be intercepted. Xavier Robinson once again, and he has space going the other direction. He's going up across midfield to the 20-yard line, and the Blue Jays are in business yet again. And I don't know what Holmes is. That's just 2 ill-advised throws. And Xavier Robinson, I mean, he has been fantastic. He had 2 interceptions in the Week 1 game against Clever. Already got 2 in the first half here. Well, Billy, I think we might have an early candidate for a player of the game.
At least the first half, for sure. So.
Peters looks to recover from his ill-advised interception, but he's going right back to the air. And he's got 6. He's doing it once again. Xavier Robinson in for 6. Touchdown, Blue Jays. Xavier Robinson had 2 interceptions and a touchdown to go along with a team-leading 40 receiving yards. And that was the situation. You still have a soft spot up the middle of the field. Take advantage of it. You have an all-state athlete there. Dieter's looking, and he's going to be that's going to be caught, but he's brought down in the backfield. 14-6, however, is your lead. We're going to dive for the kickoff. We're watching Blue Jays football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. We are back here in Clever, and no, our score bug is not wrong. 14-6 is the lead for Clever here, with just over 6 minutes remaining here in the opening half of play. And I mean, Xavier Robinson, what a half for the senior. 2 interceptions and just caught a touchdown. And the Blue Jays have a 9-point lead or 8-point lead here on the visiting Panthers. Good strong tackle there by number 9, Quentin Limmer. And that's going to bring us to a water break. We're going to step aside for just a minute. We only got 2 more of these water breaks left in this 2024 season, so we're gonna savor them ourselves. So we're gonna step aside here for the 6-minute timeout. Welcome back to Clever. And, Billy, we were talking, off air there, and you brought up a really good point. These Forsyth Panther team just looks like they just came in expecting to dominate, and it's been anything but a domination. And I mean, this 14-6 lead, it's not a fluke. The Blue Jays have just straight up outperformed the Panthers up to this point. Short gain there by Fisher. It's going to be a gain of 3. This one's going to Holmes on the outside. Holmes looking to get some space, and he's going to find some. Going to take out the chain game. And that's going to be enough for a first down. They went out of bounds before taking out the chain gang, so that's going to be a gain of, say, 6. We'll get some score updates in for you as some big time matchups are going on. Marionville leads Central 16-0. Nixville leads Carthage 13-0. Liberty over number 5 Avon, what could be a potential upset there, 6-0 there in the second quarter. Mount Vernon up 7-0 over East Newton. They're still in the first. Buffalo Australian Stratford 14-0. Miller defeated Diamond last night 12-8. There leads Salem 24-0 here. We're going to keep trying to keep you guys updated as possible, especially in some of those big matchups there in the TOC. As this one continues, but we're getting close to the halftime break. And it's been quite the opening half for the Blue Jays. That one's going to be enough for our first down for the Forsyth Panthers. They are starting to creep closer and closer to that first down, or to that midfield logo.
First down. First and 10 from the 47.
First and 10 from the 47-yard line, their own 47. Clever defense looking to get off the field once again. This one going to Fisher. Fisher's being stopped. He is an absolute bowling ball, running the ball. He reminds me a lot of Mike Colbert. He's a false forward, just floats in there gravity, runs hard. Reminds me a lot of Mike Colbert from his days playing with the Carolina Panthers, back when they were actually respectable. As a Carolina Panthers fan, I'm allowed to say that. The Fisher again, just every time he touches the ball, it's an easy 4 or 5 yards. That one's going to be a gain of 4 for Fisher. Forsyth's looking to figure out what their team's going to look like without another running back, Bryce Nolan. Nolan, a fantastic athlete. Usually they're starting running back, but suffered a torn ACL last week. And Holmes has open space up the middle, can be brought down, gain of 8. Holmes been much better on the ground with 34 yards on 7 carries. Throwing the ball, he was able to catch the Blue Jays looking on his first pass attempt, a 13-yard pass to Braxton Gross. And speaking of Gross, Gross is going to run it right up the middle, and he's going to find Haydirt. Touchdown, Panthers.
Touchdown for the Panthers.
35-yard touchdown run there by Braden Gross. Was just able to, just one cut, get to the outside, and he was gone. And I mean, for the Blue Jays, I mean, that's a killer there. You know, you had a chance to go up, going to the half, up 8. And now, right now, you're it's been kind of a dominant opening half. You got to get a stop here just to go into halftime with a lead. And Gross, they're going to get that stop. He stopped short of the 2-point conversion. 14-12 to score. Forsyth on the board once again. But we're going to step aside. And as you are watching Friday Night Football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. Welcome back to Clever. Braxton Gross gets the touchdown, gets the honor of kicking the ball away for the Forsyth Panthers. Blue Jays going to get the ball back with just over 3.5 minutes left, and a little onside squib kick there for the Panthers. And I think the Panthers may have learned their lesson after that opening kickoff. Let's just keep it short and let's play the coverage game.
Yeah, for sure.
3 minutes and 37 seconds remaining. Really, if you're the Blue Jays, I think, you're trying to pull out all the stops here. Feel like you had the momentum the entire game. You dominated this first half. And the 2-point lead probably isn't going to be satisfactory going in.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But these clever Blue Jays are definitely going to try to get 6 more for sure. So
Dieter's on the keeper, going to be a gain of 3.
it'll build the kids' confidence up too if they can with this last 3 minutes and 20 seconds push another 6 across to go in at halftime. Be great.
Forsyth will get the ball out of the break. And a fumble. And that is a disaster.
That is not what you want for the clever Blue Jays right there. Forsyth has an opportunity to go down and score now and turn around and get the kickoff the second half too. That's not what clever Blue Jays need at this point.
Yeah, now it's going to be up to the defense to make another stand. And now you're going to see what kind of fortitude this clever defense is made out of as Holmes gets the ball, goes to the outside. He's dragging defenders. I didn't see who had it, but I mean, he was dragging a Blue Jay defender on the ground by the tail of his shirt. And a timeout called from the Blue Jays. Coach Willie Howard wants to talk it over here real quick, and we'll step aside. You're watching Friday Night Football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. Welcome back to Clever. You are in the press box alongside with us, and it has been a fantastic opening half rather, of football here. 14-12 is your score. The Blue Jays still lead, but the Forsyth Panthers looking to take a lead here at the end of the opening half, which would be their first lead of the game. That's clever. And I mean, you got to be feeling good if you're clever. But right now, we're not in the mood for moral victories. You want a real victory outright. And Raleigh Fisher, I mean, he is, you've heard me say it already, but he is a bowling ball. First and 10 run, can get 8 yards, and it looks, there's going to be a gain of 10. They're going to come to move the chain.
Going to be another first down for the Panthers.
And it looks like some of this misdirection is starting to work as Fisher going back. It's going to be Gross on the outside. Flag thrown.
Gross for the carry. Made by Trent Allen. There's a flag on the play.
Yeah, it looks like there was a little tug of the jersey against Forsyth. And that's going to erase a big gain there. The only problem is with it being a spot foul, it's just going to come back to basically just replay the down. First and 12. Got a whole mess of Panthers there in the backfield. This one's going to go to Gross. No, well, went to Fisher once again. Gain of 1.
Big 63.
Number 63, I believe that's Peyton Guccione. 6'4", 275, senior up the middle. And this one's going to be Holmes to the outside, and he's still dragging defenders. He's really picking things up as the second quarter is winding down. Big gain of 6. That's going to bring up a third and long 4 from the 14-yard line. You know, and this flex bone offense goes to Fisher again. Fisher makes the first guy miss and the second guy miss, and he's going to make it into the end zone for a 14-yard touchdown. And that's just what the flex bone will do to you. It will just wear you down, just ground and pound. And whenever you have a running back like Fisher, it's inevitable. The 2-point conversion, however, is going to be stopped short. Blue Jays have been good at stopping the 2-point conversion. However, the Panthers take their first lead of the game, 18-14. We took a little trip, but this one is we're going to take a trip to the commercial break as we are just have a minute and 9 seconds remaining here in this opening half. Welcome back here in Clever. We are winding down the opening half of play. Forsyth, I would assume, is going to do another onside kick or onside squib somewhere in between there after a big return. And Clever may be playing a little bit of some mind games on the return team. But whistles are going to be kicking in the direction of Tabitha Slimmer.
I'd almost kick it as deep as I could.
Yeah, with a minute 9 remaining.
Absolutely. You don't want to give them a short field, which would be great for the Clever Blue Jays, but try to angle it to a corner or something. And dude, here we go. That was a bullet.
The lineman getting involved, number 58 there, Paul Hutchinson, a 6 foot, 220-pound freshman.
Took a bullet off the foot. I mean, that thing was moving.
Yeah, they decided to employ more of like more of a squib kick there. Did not get over that first line. But no, I'm kind of with you there. I think I would have wanted to kick it deep. I know you got burnt there early on by Trenton Allen. But with a minute remaining here, your defense has been solid. Make them drive the length of the field. Brunson in motion in the backfield. Dieters drops back the pass. He's looking deep. He's got a man, Gage Evans, and that is a gain of about 17. And the Blue Jays are moving down the field once again. And that's why I probably would have wanted to kick it deep. Dieters drops back once again. He's looking, can't find my pizza. Got this, and then you're gonna call Ball comes out. They call it a fumble.
I think it was inside inside the tackles. So it's probably going to be intentional grounding, I would say.
But if they didn't rule it an incomplete pass. He threw the sandbag out as if it was a fumble. But if you call it fumble, you can't call it intentional grounding as well.
There's the call. Intentional grounding. Yeah.
Called against the offense.
I think the bag was just to place it where the ball, where his knee was, with intentional grounding. So.
And then also, I have your headset on. I didn't hear any whistles after the ball was thrown on the ground. So
Lost down to make it 2nd and 20 for Blue Jays.
I don't know. I'd like to hear a whistle if you're going to call it intentional. If you're not going to call that a fumble.
Second down and 20 to go. 50.7 seconds left.
Dieter's dropped back once again. And he's going to look deep and look like Kendall Piper might have a read on it there. But he almost gave up on it just a hair too early. Or that's not number 5, Lucas Peebles. 45 seconds here. I would imagine you're in 4-down territory once again with 45 seconds. You've been able to defend the pass very well against Forsyth up to this point. I'd like to be aggressive, but granted, that's I could also see them just running the ball, get into halftime, and it's a 4-point deficit. But nope, he's gonna look and throw. Dieter's going deep. He's got a man and just overthrows him. The defender fell down. Had Braden Baker. Had Braden Baker down the sideline, open, but was unable to connect.
I was going to say you don't have to get it all at once, but they were definitely going to try to get it all at once, weren't they?
Yeah.
So, just like you said, it was a 2-down territory anyways. Now with that incompletion, they're going to go ahead and bring in the punt team. Got to make sure you defend this real well right here if you're clever.
Yeah, if you can, I'd take it out of the back to the end zone. Oh, and nearly got blocked. And a return here, and try to shimmy and shake out, and late. Ooh, yeah.
They were reaching for it. They were reaching for it.
That flag.
He decided not to.
No, and thinking about it, I don't necessarily hate that decision to go deep there. In a game like this, you got nothing to lose. I probably
Got 2 flags. Sorry not to interrupt you, Skyline, but there's 2 flags. There's another one over here by the 40-yard line, or 45, Forsyth. So don't know what this one is. Illegal formation before the punt was taken off. So we're going to redo it again. Be 4th down and 30 now.
Yep, I think you're still out of going for it on 4th down territory.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
4th and 25 for the Blue Jays from the 49-yard line.
Looks like they're bringing the house, so.
Yeah, I'd be careful.
If I was them, you can almost take a little, little quarterback, little pass right here, because then you only have one other guy to beat, and that's the guy back there receiving the ball.
Another good punt here. Holmes is going to let it bounce, and he's got some room to run here. but it's going to be brought down by a whole flock of Blue Jays. It's like Caleb Butts was kind of the one to, or Travis Slimmer was kind of the one to.
Another penalty flag.
Oh my lord! You were doing so good, Billy.
Yep. Legal procedure again.
We're gonna go further back.
Yeah. Another 10 yards. So
Illegal formation on the offense again.
We're up to 5 penalties now this first half. It's up a long way if we're going to reach that 25. Now we're up to 4th and about 3 country miles. And those last two, it looks like Forsyth was close to possibly making getting a game-changing pump block. I would anticipate them bringing the house once again here with 12 seconds left. Why not? And a low snap, and this one just gets off. And Holmes is just going to let this one bounce. And some extracurriculars there by 21 of the Blue Jays, Xavier Robinson, and number 2, Maverick Blevins. And this is going to be interesting. There was a tough block there, and probably going to get called for on that block. But the retaliation is when the flags came out, and a personal foul there. Correct me if I'm wrong, that's a first down. They're going to call offsetting personal fouls.
Offsetting personal fouls.
And I'm not. And I know you could probably call it a little bias here. And are we gonna have to have another punt here? But that's tough to get offsetting personal fouls there. I mean it. Yeah, I mean it was a hard block there on a punt. However, I mean a clean block. And then he gets tackled from behind, and he gets a personal foul for it as well. That's tough. I understand what the refs are trying to do. You don't want to make a game-changing call there potentially. However, 2.8 seconds left, and for the 4th time, we're going to try to punt. And Clever is just going to throw this one away. And that's going to bring us to half. And finally, 18-14 your score here in Clever. The Forsyth Panthers lead the Blue Jays in what has been just an absolutely wild opening half. It all started, on the opening kickoff of the game. Trenton Allen returned the ball for the opening kickoff for 6 points. And then the 2-point conversion makes it 8-0 Blue Jays. Raleigh Fisher returns the favor with a 43-yard touchdown run, makes it 8-6 with 10 minutes and 14. Only 2 minutes had ran off the clock by the time it was 8-6. After a turnover on downs, Xavier Robinson got his first of 2 interceptions before Clever would retaliate with throwing their own interception. Xavier Robinson says, nope, I'm going to take another one from you. So 2 interceptions for Robinson. Clever capitalized with a touchdown pass from Dieters to Robinson with 6:04 remaining. 14-6 was the score. 35-yard run by Braxton Gross brought it back within just 2 points with 3 minutes and 38 seconds. Clever with fumble that next drive, and then a 14-yard touchdown run would ultimately, and then Clever would have an opportunity, but would go 3 and out, and after 6 punt attempts later, would ultimately end the first half of play. 18-14 your score here. Let's take a look at the passing numbers. Passing for Forsyth. Holmes has 13 yards on 1 of 3 completions. Now, I will give him credit. None of his passes have hit the ground. All 3 has been completed. 2 of them to Xavier Robinson, but all 3 passes have been completed. Raleigh Fisher leads away with 100 yards even for the Forsyth Panthers. Holmes is right behind him with 52. Braden Groves has 44 and a touchdown. Raleigh Fisher has found the end zone twice. Stoffer has 11 yards rushing. Receiving, Braxton Gross was the recipient of that one catch for 13 yards. For the Blue Jays, Rick Steeders is sitting at 5 for 8 throwing the ball. Has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Quentin Limmer, 31 yards on the ground. Rex Steeders has 6 yards on the ground. Tavis Limmer has 4. Xavier Robinson has been the story of this game. He has 3 receptions for 40 yards and a touchdown. Gage Evans has 19 yards for himself. We're about to start the halftime show presented by the Clever Band. But let's go ahead and Billy, we still have some scores. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot there. But we'll the Blue Jays are 98 total yards. Forsyth 196, and I'll be honest, it felt like Clever really dominated the majority of that opening half. However, a couple of long drives there at the end gives the Panthers a halftime lead. Looking at scores around the area, Marionville leads Central 24-0 in the second quarter. Seneca, oh man, the Ben Mock era at Monette not getting any better. This time, the famed Mock offense has got 0 points, 42-0 in the second quarter. Nixa shutting out Carthage at the half, 20-0. Liberty leads Ava 14-12. Nevada leads McDonald County 7-0. Mount Vernon leads East Newton at the half, 24-6. Stratford leads Buffalo 28-6 in the second half. Republic leads Kickapoo 14-7. Still in the second quarter. Joplin leads Glendale 14-0. How about this? Kind of the story of this opening first half of the season, or this first part of the season. Obviously, the Blue Jays, but also the Ozark Tigers. They have a 7-0 lead in the second quarter over Webb City. Webb City definitely the perennial power there in Class 2 or Class 5. Lebanon holds an 8-6 lead over Willard in the second half. Clever leads Forsyth 14-12. This is actually behind. Forsyth leads Clever 18-14. Carl Junction leads Rogersville 14-7. Neosho looking to go 4-0 to start the season, 14-0 for Waynesville. I don't think it scored to the Sarcoxy Stockton game, as well as the Pierce City Ash Grove. I had no updates on that. But we'll keep giving you updates as they come in. 16 minutes left of halftime. We're going to step aside. We want to say thank you to our sponsors, starting with the Burger Shack. Need to find my... Sorry, I was ill prepared there. I want to say thank you to the Burger Shack. The Burger Shack is a proud sponsor of the Miller Cardinals and is a taste of game day. Tyler Snyder and his crew is guaranteed to bring you the best burgers to Miller. They are located right by the high school in the shade from the football stands. Be sure to stop by there for your pregame treat. Also want to say thank you to the Clever Barn. Be sure to check out the Clever Barn for your upcoming events of any kind if you like old barns and rustic themes. The Clever Barn was built in the 1880s, and just wait until you see what Randy and Laura Walden have done out there. Located just a few miles south of Clever on Jasmine Road, they were recently voted the #3 wedding venue by Southwest Missouri Magazine, and they cannot wait to host your event. Give them a call at 417-350-2343. And I know I tell you guys this every week. We went out there for an interview a couple weeks ago, and it was awesome. It had absolutely anything and everything, as my man Chase Thomas has entered the press box here. But I mean, they got absolutely anything and everything you can ask for. Anything from They got putting green for mom or for dad. They got playground for the kids. Wine tasting for mom who's had a long day. But we went and talked with Laura Walden, so we're gonna take it down there, show you what we saw. Hello, everybody. Skyline Akins with Southwest Missouri Sports here. Joined with me is Laura Walden of the Clever Barn. First off, just thank you for taking a little bit of time and talking with us.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
So Clever Barn here in Clever, Missouri, kind of event venue. Just kind of tell me a little bit more about about your venue.
Yeah, it was built in the 1880s, and my husband and I have done all the work on it to create a very relaxing, laid-back feel as soon as you get here. And we have every kind of event you can think of out here. We have weddings, birthday parties, anniversaries, karaoke nights. We have ladies' nights, guys' nights, movie parties, a little bit of everything really out here.
Yeah, it really was there's something for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You were taking me around here and showing me there was everything from a putting green to tiki bars. And,
yeah.
It really is. There is something for everybody.
Oh, well, thank you.
So when did you guys open?
We opened up May 17th, 2014. So we just now celebrated our 10th year anniversary.
10 years.
This summer, yeah, we went just like that. And we've just been having a blast, and we're always working on it. And it's just the two of us, and a lot of work, but we love what we're doing, have huge passion for it, and you just never know what you're going to see every time you come out. So we get a kick out of that.
What was your inspiration kind of behind wanting to open something like this up?
Well, you're probably going to laugh at this. Actually, we used to have parties here back when it was just a nasty old barn, and we were having a party upstairs, our Waldoween, which is our Halloween party we have every year, with our last name being Walden. It started with Waldo. So we're having our Waldoween back in 2013, and we had like 50 plus, people, and just having a blast, and at that time it was just nasty, Yeah. And as they were leaving, we were out there by the bonfire, and I said, what do you think about turning this whole thing into a venue, kind of thing? And he looked at me and said, I think you're nuts. And I said, well, I think so too, but you don't know till you try. So we started that very next morning, and we opened up 6 months later. And ever since then, we just get busier and busier and more known, We're really, really excited with where it's gone.
Yeah, so, you kind of talked about, you host all kinds of events,
Mm-hmm.
parties, guys' nights, girls' nights, weddings. I think I've seen pictures on Facebook of, I don't know if there was, like, the Clever prom or not prom, but, like, there was, like, some event out here, I think a couple of years ago or something like that. But just kind of talk about what are some of your favorite events to put on.
My favorite events. I would say the most events we have out here are my Sweet 16 birthday parties.
Huh.
They have an absolute blast. Usually the moms are down here playing board games or shooting pool or whatever, and the girls are all upstairs and they're singing karaoke and they're dancing and having a little party, and they get the whole barn to themselves. And that's something else too. They can either bring in everything, or I can take care of everything and have it all ready for them, when they arrive. So I try to be really accommodating, for whatever they have in mind.
Yeah, you've been telling me, there's always something going on and down here. Roughly, how many events do you guys host, every year?
Oh Lord, I would have to say at least 100, probably.
Wow.
Yeah, with everything, because some weekends are double booked. Sometimes I'm booked from Thursday through Sunday. It varies, and we're open all year round.
So obviously, Clever Barn. Not all your business comes from Clever,
Mm-hmm.
but just kind of talk about the relationship that you kind of have with the community out here.
Oh yeah, my gosh, I love having my open hangout nights, and like you say, we've got the putting green, the bowling, the kids zone, the karaoke dance floor, big bonfire pit, out the back. It's just we wanted it to be a laid back spot where people could come out and have a good time. And then now we got our food truck, so now we're doing that as well. And we don't charge anything, for individual things that they're going to do, and people appreciate that because, the economy, so I still want them to have a place to come out and have a good time, but not, break the bank,
Right.
So.
Yeah. So if someone wants to, schedule an event, whether it's a, if it's just like a group hangout or, a Sweet 16 birthday party, what's the process look like? To schedule an event like that.
Yeah. My number is 417-350-2343. They can call me, text me, whatever they're comfortable with. You can find me on Facebook, The Clever Barn, and I'm on Instagram, Google, all of those social medias. And I would love to talk to you. I'd love to have your events out here. The coolest thing about having a venue is that we've made so many friends out here. And it's amazing. They're not customers. They are actual, they're our friends, and we love that. We just really get a kick out of that,
So someone just gives you a call and then kind of says what they're wanting to do, what kind of event they're wanting to do. And is there like different package plans that they can choose from? Or?
Yeah. For my weddings, I can do the all-inclusive, or I can do all you. So the all-inclusive, I take care of everything for up to 50 people. That's their catering. That is, all of their paper products. That would be their officiant. That would be their fireworks send-off. What else. Everything we have, they would have access to it. I know I'm forgetting some things. I do apologize about that. But in essence, if they have something in mind, I'll make it happen for them, and if they have everything already, down what they want to do, they just bring everything in and I'll help them, I can, run the bar for them, or I can take care of their food, or I can just be off to the side and be there when they need me, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so having an event venue like this, I mean, I'm sure you've kind of seen a little bit of everything. I mean, just what's been a few of your favorite stories or memories that you've had hosting events?
Memories out here. I'll tell you one. This is really, really cool. Talking about having relationships. You know. Okay, so I'm having my ladies' nights here one night, and I have like 5 or 6 ladies, over there at the bar with me, just chatting a little bit. And in walks a lady that I didn't know, so I walked over, shook her hand, thanked her for coming out, introduced myself. And she said, well, my name is Amber. I got married here about 2 years ago. And I'm like, oh, good Lord, I'm sorry. She goes, no, you meet a lot of people. I get it, And she goes, plus I looked a lot different then, and everything. She's now one of my absolute best friends. I mean, I kid you not.
Cool.
I love things like that, repeat business, but it's not just repeat business. It's I'm actually a part of their life. You know what I mean? I'm part of their memories that they're making out here in this really, really cool old barn that we breathed life back into. It was ready to come down, and like I said, my husband said I was nuts. But I said, well, you don't know, till you try. So we keep trying, and just love it.
Yeah, and I think you're kind of putting a unique opportunity, have your wedding out here. I know from my experience, that plot of land is always going to have an extremely special place in all these people's hearts. So so being able to kind of be being a person that kind of helps those memories being made, that's got to be a really rewarding role to play there as well.
It's amazing. I meet people from all over, and it's just it's so cool. I can't say cool enough because I love what I do, and we have such huge passion for it, and we just try to keep it, authentic, because it is an old barn, and but we kept it original as we possibly could, you know what I mean? And I really feel that there's something for every age out here.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why we named it the Clever Barn, because we thought it was kind of clever that they could have anything out here, and we just get a big kick out of it. There's nothing like sharing memories with people.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate your time. Is there just anything else that you want to leave everybody with, or?
Really, I just want to thank everybody for accepting us, because we're out in the middle of nowhere. You know, we're not in the middle of a big town with a big, you know, marquee sign and lights and everything. You know, we're kind of out in the boonies a little bit.
I think that adds to a lot. Adds to
you
it.
know, it really does. People tell me all the time that this is a sweet getaway. And at nighttime, you got to see it at nighttime sometime. Even if you just drive by when we're having an event, it's like the circus has come to town. You know what I mean? Because there's just lights everywhere and everybody's having a great time, and it's just so fun. You know.
Well, I know you gave your contact information once. You just want to give it out one more time, just for everybody.
Yeah. 417-350-2343 is my phone number. I would love to chat with you if you want to, or you can just message my business page if you want.
Awesome. Thank you, Laura.
You're
Really appreciate
welcome.
you sitting down with us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Welcome back to Clever. It's still halftime. We have about 4 minutes remaining here until the second half is going to get started up. 18-14 is your halftime score as the Blue Jays jumped out quick thanks to a Trenton Allen kick return and then ended up going up 14-6. However, a couple of late touchdowns gave Forsyth an 18-14 lead. But this is our second time coming out to Clever. Clever, you know, I'm sure I've mentioned it before at some point. I'm sure you could tell this is definitely a special place in my heart as alma mater. But we were out here. This is our second time coming out here. We were out here week 1 for their as they snapped a 21-game losing streak to the Miller Cardinals, and we got some highlights from that game, capturing that magical moment. So let's take you back 3 weeks to the end of the 21-game streak. Started here in Clever. And here comes the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays looking to snap a 21-game losing streak here against the Miller Cardinals, and they are hyped, ready to rock and rumble here. However, we would want to welcome you back into the booth. Skyland Akins here with you with Southwest Missouri Sports. We want to just thank you guys for tuning in for week 1 action here at Clever High School as the Miller Cardinals are taking on the Blue Jays, and we have a scoreless 0-0 tie up to this point. 5.5 minutes. Quarterback Nate Hill, we got it figured out. Nate Hill's gonna drop back the pass, looking for Owen Weiss. He's gonna find Jared Long, and it looks like that's gonna be enough for a Miller Cardinal first down. I've seen several of the early days of Blue Jay football. This team looks a lot different than the Blue Jays that I'm used to seeing. They got some size to them this year. Which is kind of one of my big criticisms of them there early on. It looks like they got, they got something brewing there. As Detter's gonna make his first pass attempt. That's gonna be completed to number 23, Xavier Robinson. The Cardinals established a run very well on the first possession, and Nate Hill is going to take off. He keeps it. He's across the 50-yard line to the 40. He's got no one in front of him, and he's going to score a 70-yard touchdown. Nate Hill gets the Miller Cardinals on the board to start this season. Mess got a long one, and the snap gets away, and Dieters is going to be brought down back at the 40-yard line by a whole host of Cardinals. It looks like Connor Neely was in there first, and both offense. Miller late getting one in, and a run by looks like Caleb Butts, and he breaks the tackle and down to the 25-yard line. A big run from Caleb Butts. It is a awesome venue. 4th and 6 here at Clever. We have Peoples in motion. Dieter's gonna look deep. He's got a man, and it's gonna be just short of the goal line, but a big catch by Gage Evans. Gonna free up first and goal. And Dieter's gonna line up in an empty backfield once again, spreading out this Miller defense. I like this strategy here by Coach Willie Howard, but the line got blocked, and power pick, and a touchdown, Blue Jays! Number 4, Trenton Allen with the touchdown. What poise by Rex Dieters. He was under duress that entire play, but was able to find Allen just waiting in the wings to find him on 4th down.
They're going to practice hard and they're going to turn around and play hard. We do set high expectations for them.
And Dieters is going to find Lucas Peebles.
Touchdown!
Touchdown, Blue Jays! Big play there by Dieters. He found Lucas Peebles of the team. 65 yards for a Blue Jays touchdown, and the Blue Jays are in business once again. 13-6 is your score as they look to go up 8 points here early in the second quarter. Just when in the backfield, Hill is going to look deep. He's got time. He's still looking. He's going to be tackled. And he's going to find a guy on the backside. Didn't see what number it was. It's going to be Walters with the big play up across the 50-yard line. Be a gain of 31. Blake Walters. He's going to run the option play. Oh, he's going to take it downfield, and a tremendous catch right down at the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. Blake Walters. I don't know how. First of all, I don't know how he caught that ball. Tremendous body control. Gets into the end zone, makes one guy miss, and we have a 15-12 ball game. 1-point game. And Nate Hill is going to find a man, and it's going to be swatted away by number 2, Skylar Broadus. The end of a 21 game skid here in 27 seconds.
All right, guys, we're back at Clever, Missouri. Start of the third quarter. Forsyth will receive the ball to start the third quarter. Got about 5 seconds left to run off the clock. Here we go. Third quarter is getting ready to start. About a 5-yard return there, and then met by a couple clever Blue Jays. Be 1st and 10 from Forsyth 30. Good stop by Clever Blue Jays. Lost 2 on that play. It'll be 2nd down, 12. It's 2nd down at 12 from the 29-yard line. The Forsyth. Got a sweet play here. Stop that good. Only got 2 yards on that. Be 3rd down and 10 coming up. They're saying 3rd down and 9 to go. Fourth down and 5, looks like.
First for the carry, Forsyth. And the 4th and 5 for Forsyth.
It looks like it's punt formation. Forsyth's going to punt. And the out of bounds about the 39-yard line.
Braxton goes for the punt for the Panthers. The Blue Jays.
Clever Blue Jays football on their 41-yard line. 10:06 left to go in the third quarter. Scores 14, Clever Blue Jays. Forsyth 18. Second down and 9.
Really carry. Stop like this or short game is the cover.
My fault. Second down and 8 to go. Officials gave him 2 yards on that carry. Going to the outside. He's cut it up the middle. He's gone. He's at the 30, 28-yard line. Like about a 36, 37-yard run right there.
I apologize about that. Always great going back to back to your alma mater, but sometimes you run into some people that chit chatting with my old principal Joe Case, he's still principal here at Clever, and didn't realize the game was starting back up. And I was in trouble.
I got you covered for a little bit.
Who was that ran that long run?
20.
Allen.
Yeah. It's second down. 5.
Eight minutes and 10 seconds remaining here. 3rd and 4 for the Blue Jays. As I kind of get sat down and back in the flow of this. 18-14 is your score. Just want to thank you all for tuning in for Friday Night Football here live from Clever, Missouri, where they've given the Forsyth Panthers all that they've wanted and more.
Absolutely. It's been a really good football game, both sides.
Rex Heater's going to drop back. He's looking, can't find anybody. And another quick little slant, but guess who? Xavier Robinson for a gain of 7. And the Blue Jays pick up a big 3rd down, 3rd and 5 there.
He just took that right out of the air, Skyland. I thought it was overthrown. He jumped up, snagged it, and took off.
Xavier Robinson, an elite level athlete, especially at this level. A very good basketball player that was not on the court a year ago. Just had this for a variety of reasons. But I know Coach Price is excited to see him come back and play this year. And man, he's had a tremendous game so far here today. Good, solid, strong run there by number 0, Gage Evans. And I'm telling you, I know we talked a lot about this week 1, but man, this community is all over this team right now. I mean, I think the entire town is here. I mean, you got lawn chairs out there. The bleachers are full. The lawn is full. I mean, this is the hottest ticket in town. Another kind of faking the bad snap, direct snap there to number 4, Trenton Allen.
Yeah, lost him. 2.
And they brought him that twice now, and you know, it's kind of a good idea that, you know, maybe if you've had success with it once, but just has not. Neither time they've ran it has been very successful. But we're gonna have our water break. This quarter has been flying mostly because I missed half of it. 5 minutes and 58 seconds remaining. We're gonna step aside for our third of 4 water breaks. You're watching Friday Night Football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. Welcome back to Clever. 18-14 is your score here in the third quarter. Peters is going to look up the middle, and he's had a lot of success, and wasn't able to see who caught that ball. Oh, should have known it was Xavier Robinson. He's only done it all for the Blue Jays.
We need 4th down for the Blue Jays.
4th and 4 for the Blue Jays. This big moment here on the 7-yard line. Blue Jays want to get back in a comfortable position, up rather than being down by 4. And the Blue Jays, and we got a whistle, and I would assume it's going to be a delay. Nope. Timeout, Forsyth. And Billy, we're going to stay right here real quick. And this is a conversation that I had with Chase Thomas, another former alum. Played baseball with him. He was a few years older than me, but we were sitting in here at halftime talking about, Rex Skeeters and talking about some of his strengths. And whenever he's hitting those short, plays up the middle, the crosses, the slants, he's been very, very, very good. And he's hit his targets. It's whenever we start getting to the outside that he starts struggling a little bit. You saw the incomplete pass in the end zone there in the first quarter. And now we saw it there deep a couple times. I would love, if you're gonna throw the ball here, love to see a quick slant, something up the middle to Xavier Robinson. One man in the backfield, Peters looks to get the snap. He's gonna look up the middle, and he's just gonna throw it in.
Oh, last minute broke up. Last minute, he had a touchdown for sure. And Forsyth came in and swatted it away at the last second.
Yeah, and Peters kind of had to throw that one off the back foot, and I think that was kind of where things kind of went bad there.
Yeah, I noticed he's kind of limping a little bit. Started at right before the halftime. He got rolled up and rolled his ankle a little bit. He's still limping on the sideline right now. So hopefully he can work through it.
Yeah, he's been played a tremendous game up to this point, and the Blue Jays can ill afford to lose him. And Forsyth coming the other direction after a punt on the opening possession of the third quarter, halted their opening possession.
Michael 3 with the stop. Fisher with the carry for the Panthers.
Fisher with the carry, gain of 2. He's had a tremendous opening quarter, reaching that $100 or that 100 yard threshold. Wish I could get $100.
Yeah.
I'd settle for $2, not 200. Gain of that was number 1, Holmes on the carry. Be a gain of 1 or be gain of 2. 3rd and 6 for the Panthers, and this Blue Jay defense looking for another big stop here. And the thing that that worries me about this Blue Jay defense, they were starting to look tired there at the end of that first quarter, and you would think just run the flex bone where you're not having to defend way down the field, and this one's going to go to the outside, and it looks like he's going to be brought down. Looks like it's going to be enough for a first down, gain of about 8.
Whitlinger and Guajardo with the tackle.
And you would think, not having to defend the entire field, but rather just a small portion of it. Be ready for the misdirection run game. You would think that maybe it's not as taxing on a defense. I would argue the other way around. I think it's almost more taxing on a defense when they're going to be running it down your throat every single play. This one can go to Holmes. Holmes going be cut off for a short gain. I'm really, really, really impressed with this defense. Despite the those 2 late touchdowns there in the first half, they have played their absolute tails off up to this point. 18 points there in the opening half. Maybe, and I mean, it's just been a couple of big busts, and that's been the difference in this game up to this point. But the bowling ball falls forward again. Fisher falls forward for a gain of 4. Bring up a 3rd and 6 or a 3rd and 1. In fact, this deep in their own territory, it'd be interesting. But you're not gonna have to worry about it because Gross is gonna get to the outside, and Gross just running over Blue Jays,
running right through people.
A gain of 12. It looked like they may have gotten hit him in the backfield early, but he was just able to keep his legs churning and pick up that big 3rd down. Because it would have been an interesting decision. Holmes going to the outside and back up the middle would be a gain of nothing. Like I said, I would have been really interested to see what they would have decided to do there, so deep in their own territory. But 3rd or 4th and 1, you'd hope running out of the flex zone you would be able to get that 1 yard.
Yeah, just like you said earlier, I mean, just running the ball for consistent 3-4 yards at a time, it's hard to stop. So really a 4-down team if they need it. They got one to spare. Played almost 3 quarters and punted 1 time. But yeah, it's 3 or 4 yards to carry for sure.
Raleigh Fisher, I'm telling you, if I was a coach for Forsyth, I would just continue to feed Raleigh Fisher. He'd been very impressive. Just a good, strong, low center of gravity.
And I mean, he just busts through the line and just falls for 3 or 4 yards. It's been somewhat incredible.
They're not in a big hurry. They're content with a 4-point lead right now.
Well, and and if you're Forsyth right now, obviously you've been, we're smacking the mouth there early. I think I mean, at this point, a win's a win. I think they would happily take a 4-point win out of here, assuming they can hold on here after, assuming they're able to hold on for another 12 minutes. But timeout called here. We got 17 seconds left in this third quarter of play, and man, this third quarter has flown by. I'm gonna be honest. That's kind of what you're gonna get whenever you play a flex bone team. Only almost not even 2 hours into the broadcast, from game time, yet, and going into the fourth quarter, as Coach Willie Howard playing, and I'm sure this was right, part of his game plan. Let's shorten the game, give them as few possessions as possible, and see what we can do with it. And they've done that strategy great. Forced a couple turnovers, a couple interceptions there by Xavier Robinson, and they're gonna be looking for another big stop right here on third down. And this is going to be a pass. Holmes is going to look for a short little screen pass. And Fisher, and the flag is thrown. Kind of in the area where you would expect to see a hold, especially on a screen pass there. And that is what. Say that again.
With an ineligible lineman downfield.
So that's going to back the Panthers back to 3rd and 12. And I think that kind of caught them. Tendency breakers is the name of the game here in football, especially when you're you are a team that likes to run the flex bone. It doesn't even have to be a long pass, just any pass at all is going to be enough to kind of throw the rhythm off. And that's going to be the buzzer for the third quarter. We're heading to the fourth. It's winning time here in Clever. 18-14 is your score in what has been just an absolute gem of a game. We picked the right game to go to this week, Billy. This has been a lot of fun already. But we're going to step aside here for just a moment as we get ready for the fourth quarter. Welcome back to Clever, where Forsyth is looking deep here, and a bunch of flags. For the time being, Gross is going to have a first down reception. I think this was going to come back once again. Been just a beautiful night.
Definitely a holding foul. Or penalty, holding penalty.
Take a look at some scores real quick while we back in a Maryville leads Central 30-0 at halftime. Seneca up on Monette 50-0.
Who's that?
Not even at halftime yet. Seneca up on Monette.
Woo!
Nixa leads Carthage 27-0. Update that I find interesting, broadcasting a lot of Southwest Conference games. Ash Grove holds a 6-point lead on Pierce City, 12-6. There in the second quarter. We're going to see Ash Grove up close and personal next week when they come to Miller. So I just really don't know what to think about this Ash Grove team. And Holmes is going to take off down the sideline, has some space, and that's going to be close. 3rd and 22.
Holmes in here, let's see outside.
We're just short.
Going to be short, but that's going to be close enough to bring up a potential go for an opportunity.
19 on goal.
Again, 19 at Clever. I mean, you had opportunity to force him to punt there. You just had to just not allow a big run, and I think they were anticipating another pass play, and that's where the run the flex zone can be deadly. Holmes looks at the pass. He's getting pressure going to the outside. Looks deep and ball is tipped away. No flag. Clever's gonna have the ball with a chance to take the lead.
If that don't pick your team up right there, I don't know what will. That was a great defensive stop right there by Clever.
Yeah, I believe that was Xavier Robinson on the pass deflection.
I mean, what a defensive stand right there. That was huge. And now Clever, you got some blood in the water here. You moved the ball fairly well, just been unable to punch it in here since that first quarter. And Dieters is gonna look deep. He has a man. That's Lucas Peebles hands down to the offense fingertips. He had Lucas Peebles at the 25-yard line. No one in front of him. Underthrows him just a hair. That played to his advantage because the safety was lurking deep. And just off. I that's the case of him being too open.
Yeah, it's one of those. He knew he was too, and the ball got the best of him.
Eyes get big. You're ready to start the yards after reception, but you end up getting nothing. Quentin Limmer with the short run there, getting about 3. Oh man, that's a missed opportunity if I've ever seen one. It looks like Limmer on the sideline got some cramps going. 3rd and 6 for the Blue Jays from the Forsyth 48-yard line. Peters and Tavis Limmer in the backfield, and we have a whistle. Timeout, Blue Jays. 3rd and 6. You're in a big situation here, Billy. What would you do here?
I don't know. He's had that little straight slant right up the middle, quick, 5-6 yards job. I don't know. That's how aggressive you want to be at this point. You got 10:46 left in the game. You got to be pretty aggressive. So you can always go to an out route, or that slant up the middle is wide open.
Yeah, up the middle has been open. You decide again right there. With that incompletion to Peebles. I mean, the middle of the field has been open for the Blue Jays all game long. That's what I would like to see. Slant up the middle, give the ball to your best athlete, give the ball to your best playmaker, and Xavier Robinson, and let him go to work. He's an all-state track guy for a reason. He's a all-district, all-conference receiver for a reason. Make this the biggest moment and probably program history, and that might not be an exaggeration. As Peters is going to look, he's going to run up the middle, has the block, and he's gonna make it to the 35-yard line for our first down. That's a gain of 13 for Greg Peters. Or you can
Or you just do quarterback sneak. Just let everybody go downfield and take off running.
yeah, nice little draw play there. I'm not sure if there was a design draw or a oh crap, there's nobody open and we need a big play here. But Dieter's an all-conference receiver at Glendale, transferred in, moved to quarterback, and he has been fantastic. And I'm telling you, that leg was looking after that last possession. His leg's looking better. And ball's going deep. Ball is caught. Touchdown. Blue Jays. Kendall Piper, the freshman. No, that's Lucas Beal, rather. Awesome.
What a nice pass. What a nice pass to the corner of the end zone.
And oh my gosh, sweet redemption. After dropping what looked to have been a big completion earlier in that drive, Lucas Peebles raises up and makes the catch for the touchdown. And extra point is up. Extra point is good. But here's the thing that I want to point out on that touchdown throw. Number 24, I believe that is Tavis Limmer, just picked up a block on the quarterback's blind side. Right as he was starting to wind up. Huge, big-time block. You know, obviously, it's going to be Lucas Peebles and Greg Peters that's going to get the attention on that. But without that block, Peters goes down, ball likely comes out, and we're going the other direction. What a play there by Blue Jays. Tavis Slimmer, Greg Peters, Lucas Peebles, a 35-yard touchdown pass, and the Blue Jays are back on top. Billy? Here's some words out of you. I'm about speech. About to talk it out.
I'm just in shock. You know, we talked about this game on our way up here tonight, and it's just mind blowing how you got a team that was 0-21 in this season. They have just absolutely put it all together and trusted their seniors right now. It's amazing to watch, and I've only watched 2 games of them.
Yeah, absolutely a huge moment. And as a Clever alumni, I know I have bias in this game. So, you know, if you're a Forsyth fan listening, I do apologize. I thought you were probably listening to the other broadcasts on the other side of the press box. So, but just what a night it's been, regardless of how this one ends. 21-18 is your score. Clever leads. And just what a night it's been up to this point. Little pooch kick there for the Blue Jays, and decent return there by the Panthers. And Dieters looks like he's still trying to stretch out that leg. And that leg looked like it was fine on that nice little quarterback draw up the middle for 13 yards on third down. But it looks like he's starting to continue trying to stretch that out. Caleb Butts, our player of the game week 1, is just hyped, going up to everybody and anybody there on the sideline. You know this means a lot to this senior class who's been through so many struggles. First and 15 from the 39-yard line, 10:03 remaining. And a running back pass, and Gross finds the man deep, and then goes through his head.
There's another one so wide open. Thought he had it.
Maverick Blevins had his man beat. he had his man beat. Beautiful ball there by Holmes on the letters. I mean, he couldn't have placed that ball any better. And Blevin just goes right to. I think it's kind of the same situation that happened with Lucas Peebles. He saw that space in front of him, and eyes lit up, and forgot the most important part of a touchdown reception, and that is the reception. Second and 15 here. And we're going to go back. The Holmes goes to the outside, and a good block there by Gross. And Holmes is going to either be, it's going to be just short, be a gain of 9. You know, he's been terrific as well. He's up to 90 yards on the ground. However, 1 for 5 throwing the ball, 2 interceptions. Third ball, 15, the big sucker for the Blue Jays, and Gross is going to get a first down. Get a gain of about 4. Raleigh Fisher's been fantastic on the ground as well. 18 carries, 113 yards, 2 touchdowns, and most importantly, has not had very many negative or short gains. But right as I say that, a loss of 1. Okay, they call it 0. Down to 9 minutes. And along there by Holmes, tax the swarm of Blue Jays there. Looks like 16 Elijah Paul was in there. 38 here. And Billy, this is feel like a big moment in the game for the Forsyth and really the Clever Blue Jays as well. Forsyth needed to continue this drive. Clever with all the momentum. You want to, you got them 3rd and 8 long. You want to hold them here.
Absolutely. Want to hold them here. Probably going to be a fast player. Doesn't run.
Holmes cut in the backfield. You got no personal fouls. We've seen this before.
That was an outside linebacker blitz right there, and he went straight for him, got one ankle, enough to hold him until the rest of the Blue Jays come in and stop him.
Caleb Smith just jumped the line, and a tremendous play, 4th and 11. And Forsyth, I think Forsyth's starting to get a little nervous here. It looks like they're keeping the offense out on the field.
Somebody's got to keep their eyes on the quarterback. Yep,
timeout being called by the Blue Jays. Good timeout there. Big, get something that you like. I think you're going to have to.
Well, they each got 1 left according to the scoreboard. Is that correct? Each team has 1 timeout left?
I know, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I missed half the 3rd quarter. But that's a good timeout there by Willie Howard. Get your defense. Get what, Jamarcus Holmes has been lethal, in these situations where you would expect the pass. However, we've seen him run the ball over and over in this situation. I would still, it's hard to say it. If I was Forsyth, I would go with what's been working for me, which would be something on the ground, to the outside. However, that's a hard play to call as a coach on 4th and 11.
It is. You just got to make sure you have one of your linebackers, their number 1 goal is number 1 right now. Everywhere he goes, he's got to stay right on.
Yep, got to run 5. Be ready for the pass here. We got the rush by Kendall Piper. Piper And Holmes is looking deep. Ball is thrown. And incomplete. No flags. It looks like number 2, Maverick Blevins, might have a little forearm in the back as the ball was coming in. Not enough contact to be deemed interference. And a huge top.
That's a huge break for Clever because from my vantage point here, I thought it was pass interference. He pushed him right in the back, but apparently where the official was and where I was, he didn't see it. So, good break for Clever Blue Jays. Now they just need to push it down and put another 6 on the board and just shut this one down for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I think break is the best way to put it because, I mean, from here it looked like a pass interference as well. I don't know how both officials missed it. Engage. That's Quentin Limmer with a big run on first down to 11 yards. That's going to move the chains. And if you're clever, if you're able to keep the ball on the ground, keep the ball moving, absolutely you're going to take that. You're going to have a 6-minute timeout coming up here in about just over a minute. Then with Forsyth down to 1 timeout left, just keep the chains moving. Peters in the backfield alongside Limmer. We're going to go right back to Limmer. Limmer's looking for something on the outside, and he's going to be forced out of bounds. That's not quite, there's a flag out.
I'd say it'd probably be a holding.
Yeah.
Holding against Clever.
That's another tally. That's Clever's 5th penalty. Forsyth only has 2 up to this point. But it's been a pretty clean game up to so far today.
Absolutely. It's been a pretty quick game, it seems like.
Yeah, we jumped on. The stream started just 2.5 hours ago. We're getting close to the end here.
Especially after last night's game we did. This game's flying by.
Well, the great Boston Marathon would feel short compared to that game last night. And that one's going nowhere but backwards. And, I did like I still think you still have to stay aggressive if you're the Blue Jays. The saying, "Scared money don't make none." And I like keeping the ball on the ground when you're moving it. When you're still ahead of the in control of the chain. When you're in 1st and 20, I'm not so sure I like that as much as especially after a couple big passes.
You don't need it all right away. Get half of it right now. Pull it back, look, got him beat. Come back to the ball. Come back. Oh, no.
And that one's going to be intercepted. Flag comes out. This is going to be interesting. The ball was underthrown. There was some contact. And Gross came down with the ball. However, this is going to be a brutal PI call if, in fact, there was contact with. They're going to call it pass interference on Clever. Sure where the pass interference was. I just seen, that's one of those plays where the quarterback throws the ball deep and leaves it short. The receiver goes down and tries to make a play. Usually there's a little bit of contact there, it goes against the defense. We saw it last night, and I almost called it, kind of the cheap pass interference. I thought that's what we were going to get again here, and I would like the no call there. myself, but instead, Clever's going to get called for an offensive PI. The cheerleaders throwing out some t-shirts to the fans here. It has been just, and I cannot overstate this enough. I mean, just a change in the atmosphere from year 1 to year 5 here of Clever football. It is truly a community event. And it's been awesome to see. Running here by Gross. Gross gets to the outside. Gross goes, and it's going to be tackled for a gain of 10. Braxton Gross is, he's just a good hard runner. That was the 6-minute timeout. Final 6-minute timeout we're going to see all season long, Billy.
Yes, I can't wait just to keep things rolling. I mean, I understand it's good for the athletes, good for Mission to do that. But I'm ready for him to get the playing.
And Holmes is going to take it himself, and it looks like he's going to have enough for a first down to be getting a 3. And here's the thing. I think in certain situations, absolutely. When you have 90-degree night, that you often do see here in the first 4 weeks, absolutely. But I mean, there was a couple weeks ago, week 2, I think it was like 70 degrees. Still taking water breaks. I think it should be more temperature based, not heat based.
Great tackle.
Great tackle there, absolutely. There by
Number 40.
Number 40, that's Aiden Guadalajara. He's had a couple sacks as well. Big time. He's been a big time player. A 6'3" junior. We got 2nd and 9. And Holmes looking to pass. He's going to run to the outside. He's going to just, almost one of those designed quarterback draws. He's going to gain about 4. He's approaching that 100-yard mark. He's up to 98. 3rd and 5 here. You expect 4 down territory here if you're Forsyth. And this is, the flex bone is tremendous when you're up big and you can grind out the clock. But I don't think I think this is about the game here. And Holmes is going to take it to the outside, and he's going to run out of bounds there across the 40-yard line, gain of 20.
To the outside, the Forsyth.
We've seen a few explosive plays here by Forsyth. I think Coach Conley kind of has the impression here that they're not going to be the team that's going to throw for 70-yard touchdowns, but they're going to run for another big chunk play here. Get across the 25, but a flag thrown, and it looks like it could be maybe a hold. Indeed it is. Another break there for Clever. And costly. Thank you. 4:43 remaining here in this one. 21-18 your score. No, the score bug is not messed up. Clever, it has the Forsyth Panthers on the ropes. And Billy, we were talking on the way up here. And I'm going to be completely blunt, completely honest, transparent. I thought this was going to be, if Clever played well, I thought it was going to be a 25-point game. This has been absolutely stunning. As Holmes has hit on these throws and no one even close. Holmes just reared back and I think he just felt the pressure, just threw it as far as he could. And a late flag comes in from the far side judge.
Probably a sideline warning or something. Or the coach could have been in his ear, so. This ain't helping their cause none. Sideline warning.
Sideline warning, yep.
I think that a sideline judge over there threw that thing about 70 foot in the air.
Yeah.
Didn't know if it was going to come down or not. Kind of reminds me of that one last night in Miller where that back judge stuck one about 50 yards and hit one of the players in the back.
Maybe the best pass play of all game long.
Absolutely.
Second 19 here from the 50-yard line. Clever Blue Jays looking for a stop. Holmes looking for a little screen pass. He's going to find, it looks like, Fisher for a reception.
It will be a first down. They picked up 19 yards on that play.
And that is a killer.
Had them backed up so far.
And I'm telling you, whenever Fisher gets ahead of steam, it's almost a business decision there. Fisher on the ground again. Gain of 4. Panthers down on their 26-yard line. 4 minutes remaining. This Blue Jay defense is going to have to come up with one more huge stop here. Gross with the ball, and he's going to be brought down for a short gain. It looks like a gain of about 2. Gain of 3. And the Blue Jays are looking for 2 more stops here.
I think he needs a quarterback sack right here. Or just get him back in the deep.
Holmes is going to take it to the outside. He's got space. He's going to the outside. And short just outside the end zone. 22-yard gain there by Holmes.
Thing about this is Forsyth scoring. It's still going to leave 3 minutes, a little over 3 minutes for Clever to get the ball back and just shut this thing down.
And they're going to get in here, Stauffer, with the touchdown. The 1-yard quarterback sneak is going to find pay dirt. And the crowd has gone silent. The 2-point conversion by Fisher is good. 26-21. However, that 2-point conversion there is pretty much irrelevant. Blue Jays find the end zone here. And, yeah, they're in good shape.
Absolutely. And there's plenty of time to do it. There's no reason for these boys to drag their heads or anything. They played a phenomenal football game right now. Just go ahead and finish this off in the next 3 minutes and 14 seconds and make it the best you can possibly do.
And, there's a lot to be said. At this point in the game, it's hard to think about moral victories. You want outright victories. That outright victory would be the biggest win in Clever's program's history. Maybe outside of their first win as a program. But this is by far the best, would be the most quality win. The win against the best team they've had ever. While obviously, you don't want no emotion. I can't think of the word. Any just emotional wins. You want an outright win here. However, I mean nothing to be ashamed of, regardless of how this one ends up. A little pooch kick here, and a big return here, and brought down there at the 46-yard line. And I think they hear my emotional victory speech and said, "Forget that. We're scoring.
We're just gonna score." Yep. They don't need to do anything fancy. You don't need to get it all in one play. You still have 3 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. Roughly 44 yards to go. So you got an opportunity for at least three first downs. Run the clock. And then,
Absolutely. You want to, in an ideal situation, you would find the end zone here in about 3 minutes and 8 seconds. Actually, yeah, about 3 minutes and 8 seconds, and call it a ball game.
I'd like to have that timeout left in my pocket, but Clever was running out of time and 25-second play clock, and so they were forced to use the timeout. They couldn't get the right guys in there, but so they're going to talk about it right now, and then we're going to resume this here right after this timeout.
Yeah, this would be we're gonna go ahead and step aside here for just a second. Blue Jays are coming back out. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Clever. We have 3 minutes remaining here in this ball game. Clever looking to take a go-ahead touchdown here. Flag is thrown here, but it's going to be, I think it's actually going to be an offside. Xavier Robinson, a good, strong run after catch. I think there's a potential for it looks like, I know a Forsyth Panther ran up to the neutral zone, pretty close to the neutral zone. We'll see what ends up getting called. But nice little quick hitter there.
Offsides defense.
Offside defense, like I said, number 4, Braxton Gross came running in there late. And it looked like
Be 5 yards and replay first down.
Yep. I thought that they were going to have a free play there, and in fact they did. 1st and 5 on the 39-yard line, 3 minutes and 2 seconds remaining. I like that. A little quick hitter. Let's get the drive started on the right foot, and let's finish this one here. Liver on the carry, and that one's going absolutely nowhere.
I'm going to go ahead and call this now, Skyland. So we're going to run the clock down, and then he's going to throw a touchdown pass in the corner of the end zone here before too long. And you're going to listen to this crowd just absolutely blow Clever up here in just a little bit.
It will be absolute pandemonium here in Seatown, as the crowd has been fantastic all night long. Peter's been brought back to pass. He's looked up the middle, and he's got a man. Flag on the play. It's gonna be a hole, I believe. I think this one's coming back. Oh, a killer. Seven penalties for the Blue Jays. None of them as big as that one right there. But once again, Dieter's finds the middle of the field. 2nd and 17 here we've been saying it all night long. You don't need it all back here, but you might get a big chunk. This isn't the time to be conservative. It looks like we're going to run an empty set. We haven't seen very many empty sets at all this so far tonight. Peter's back to pass. He's
Oh,
looking,
got
he's
it,
going
got it.
deep. He got him! And it's caught! Into the end zone! Touchdown! The entire press box is jumping around! Oh my goodness! Pandemonium breaking out here in Clever. Trenton Allen, the freshman! The biggest play in Clever football history. What a throw! What a catch! 49-yard touchdown pass. Rex Peters to Trenton Allen.
It wasn't the corner of the end zone, Skyland, but it was a touchdown.
And the Blue Jays looking to go for two. That way, the field goal won't beat them. Peter's going to roll out. He's got a man. Give him hand through his hands. Sorry. Nevertheless, the Panthers are going to have to drive the field. Minute and 54 seconds left. We have a Blue Jays lead here, 27-26. Let's up the side. You're watching Friday Night Lights football here on Southwest Missouri Sports. I don't hate that. We are back here in Clever as the Blue Jays are getting ready to kick off with a lead. And onside kick stumbles, and it's a scrum for the ball. Looks like Forsyth is going to recover, but man, that could have put it on ice right there. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have an interview with Coach Howard with the winning coach and the player of the game. This one's not over yet. It's not over yet, guys. But the Blue Jays are less than 2 minutes away from the biggest win in program history. And flags are going to be thrown. Looks like it's going to be a false start. Legal. Oh.
He tried to get off, but he's about 5 yards from the sideline when they strike the ball.
Rex Cedars had a fantastic day, 157 yards, 3 touchdowns. One interception, but that one interception was, maybe a case of him just trying to do too much, just being a gamer. And I don't hate that. Minute 49 here remaining, 27-26 is your score. And Holmes is going to roll out to the right and incomplete pass.
Just got to protect the quarterback sweep because you know what's coming.
Yes, absolutely. The quarterback has been lethal in the running game. It looks like they have officially got back to Holmes as a full-time quarterback here. And Holmes come right up the middle. He's got some space. And we brought down gain of 20.
Sees it in the middle of the Panthers. Got made by 8 with the harder. Picks up the first down from Forsyth. Maybe first and 10.
And I don't know what Forsyth's kicker looks like. I assume. And Holmes is going to roll out to the right. Looking, incomplete.
Holmes circled it.
I assume Coach Conley's probably just going to be more concerned with getting the ball into the end zone and not putting it on the foot of a kicker. Second and 10 here. Holmes is going to quarterback keeper here. I mean, a gain of 5. Clock is ticking. Holmes, 165 yards on the ground. He's had a tremendous day. 3 of his last 4 carries have gone for 20 plus. Down to 1 minute remaining in the ball game. Forsyth's got one timeout here. Holmes rolling out to the right. He's looking. Pick up! Interception for the Blue Jays! Who got that? Number 40, having Guadalajara, a huge game, and the Blue Jays are 53 seconds away from doing it. Clever, man, this should be the second of this. We're going to have a victory right on our hands.
Man, it's we got to pick a player of the game, and I have no idea. It's almost the whole team for Clever. It's absolutely unreal what these kids did tonight.
And, Coach Willie Howard was emotional in our first interview with him. I would expect almost more of the same here. What a moment here for these guys. Sorry, I had to go silent there for just a second. 51 seconds remaining. Blue Jay ball. And we are just 2 knee downs away. It's 2nd and 11 here. 2 kneel downs away from victory. And oh my goodness, the Clever faithful can feel it coming. One more knee, and that's going to do it. Biggest win in Clever ball history. I'm saying it right now. You can see it on the faces of these players how much it means to them. What a moment here in Clever. Gonna be over here. The Blue Jays knock off the Forsyth Panthers in a fantastic game. Biggest win in Clever football history. Last time we were here, we saw a 21-game losing streak end. Tonight, fireworks are going off again. What a moment here. Last time here ended a 21-game losing streak. Here we knock off a team that was receiving votes in Class 2, one of the best teams in the state. And what a moment. You have just feel for just magical for this senior class. We're going to be right back here in just a few. We're going to talk. We couldn't decide on just one player of the game. We got Rex Dieters, and we're going to have Xavier Robinson coming up for a post-game interview, as well as Coach. 27-26, your final score. We'll be right back here in Clever. We are back here after the game here. 27-26 victory for the Clever Blue Jays against the Forsyth Panthers. Joining me now, we're going to call you guys co-player of the games. We couldn't decide on one of them, but first off, Rex Dieters, quarterback for the Blue Jays. First off, just tremendous game.
Thank you. Yeah, we played great.
Well, we were here 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, whenever the streak ended, the 21 game losing streak.
Yep.
We've been following you guys. We're back here, for what I keep calling the biggest win in Clever program history. Just what does it mean to you, to be part of this?
It means a lot to me bringing these guys their wins. They're well-deserved wins that they work so hard for every day at practice, that all of them work their butts off for.
So, this is your first year at Clever, transferring from Glendale. Just kind of talk about the transition, going from a program that's seen a lot of success to, a relatively new program, still looking for their first taste.
Yeah, considering that, I brought some of my own stuff along with me. Coach adapted to it well, and so did the team.
I can't remember the exacts. I think you're up to 156 yards, 3 touchdowns, none bigger than that last one. To Trenton Allen. Just kind of what did you see there, and and just how did it feel seeing him trotting to the end zone?
It felt great. I see him flying across the middle. I throw the ball. I see that safety from the left side leaving, and I just see the ball, boom, right there, right over the shoulder to TA, and just seeing him take off, I knew we had the game.
And also, the one before that, the Lucas. I mean, he had dropped a, one that looked like it was gonna come back and hurt you guys. Got the redemption. I mean, just talk about the confidence going back to him.
Yeah, I got faith in all my guys, every one of them. I know if they mess up, they'll do their best to put us in a better situation than they did before.
So, sitting at 3-1 now. Obviously, tough one coming up next week. But I'm just, what does a win like this, do for you guys, moving forward?
One like this means a lot. We got 2 more tough games coming up, and this just gives us the confidence knowing that we can beat teams like this.
Awesome. Well, Rex, congratulations. Huge win. Go celebrate with your guys. And I'm sure we'll be back out here at some point.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Up next, we're going to bring in wide receiver Xavier Robinson, who did just did a little bit of everything for the Blue Jays here. Starting there in that in that second quarter, or really in there, I believe, ending that first quarter with an interception. Got your second interception there in the to start that second quarter, and then you find the end zone. Just kind of talk about kind of what you saw out of this matchup.
So I mean, we all week were thinking that number 1 was gonna press me the whole game and follow me the whole game, and then we noticed that they were bringing over number 12, and we've been running this concept slant wheel or slant whip. We'll run that, and it leaves that middle open most of the time. So whenever we was on the red zone, I asked coach to run that the slant wheel because that middle beat is open all the time, and that was like right after my interception. So I mean, getting back-to-back plays like that is pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like we were talking up here during the broadcast. I mean, that middle was open all night long, and you guys were just able to keep taking advantage of it. And Rex was able to keep finding guys over the middle. We're just kind of talking about how the chemistry has formed between you guys.
Chemistry's always been there. I mean, me and Rex, we played at a very young age together, but just seeing him with the other guys and how they bring the energy with him, and like just how they can do all these concepts and play together like they've been playing their whole lives, it's truly amazing, honestly.
So as a senior, you've been here through I know the tough seasons that it's been. Just 3-1. It's best start to the best start in the history of Clever football. I've been calling this the biggest win in the history of Clever football. I mean, just what does that mean? Being a 4-year guy here.
I mean, just seeing how the program is just at an uprise, it's really, it's something really special to see. Like this year, bringing him in, he's brought a lot to the table, and he's helped us succeed and excel as a group. And like this win for us is probably the biggest win we've ever had, and it probably will be the biggest win we'll ever have.
Xavier, I mean, a win like this, it can propel seasons. Got another tough one here next week against Fairgrove. But I mean, even moving forward past Fairgrove, just how can a win like this move you, propel you guys here moving for the rest of the season?
I mean, it's going to motivate us to not get in our heads and think we're going to get blown out 55-0. So I mean, like being a team like this who last year beat us 55-0, and we come over here and we beat them. We were just teething, and we were just going down to the nitty gritty, and we just outworked them at the end.
Well, Xavier, thank you very much for taking some time. As a Blue Jay grad myself, it was extremely special being here, being witness to this. So just want to say congratulations, and just keep on doing what you guys been doing.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That is Xavier Robinson. We're gonna welcome in Coach Willie Howard to wrap up things here. And Coach, 3 weeks ago we were here, and into
That
this
was 4 weeks ago. Wasn't it?
well, this is week 4. I was saying 3 weeks, 21 days.
Yes.
But we're talking about that was kind of one of the biggest moments in Clever football history. This one's got to top it.
This one is really big. I was just reminiscing out on the stoop here. This is our first conference win since the first year of Clever football. We have lost a lot of conference games, and this is a really good team. Coach Conley does a really good job. He's a great guy. He gets a lot out of his kids. And I told our kids at halftime, I said, we went in thinking we were as good as them, but I think we're better. And our kids come out after half and really proved the point that we can play with anybody when we want to. And we are here, kind of making our statement right now. We've won 3 ball games, and we got Fairgrove coming in next week. So we're looking for good things.
You guys started off quick, and I mean, you couldn't start, any quicker. TA takes that opening kickoff, 70 yards to the
Right.
house. And
when you're in that moment, you catch lightning in a bottle, and we kind of laughed like that was a freshman. And when it come right down to it, with 2 minutes to go, we throw up a deep ball. We just threw it to a freshman again, guys. He's a really special kid. I've always, from the get go, we were kind of just going to dabble him here and there. And he's starting on defense now due to an injury, and he's a big part of our offense. He's just done a really good job.
And we were talking up here. It felt like that. That first half was, couldn't have gone any better for you guys. Had all the momentum. Throughout it. Went into the break. However, down 18-14. What was the conversation like there at half?
That was a big moment for us when I just told them, hey, we're better than them, and we're not playing like it. We gave away 2 drives in the red zone that we should have scored on. We had a fumble, and we gave up 3 drives where we should have been leading. And so then at the end of the half, we punted 4 times. I think we just kept punting and finally ran the clock. I don't know. They could have had the ball back with a minute and a half to go, and we punted 4 times, and they didn't get to run a play. So it worked out well for us because they had a lot of momentum at that point. But our kids are ralliers, they are fighters, and they want to win. And we're at that point now where, as a program, we expect to win. We're not just hoping we win. So we're out and playing and doing everything we can to be successful.
Yeah, I was calling it up here. Xavier, kind of agree with me. This is the biggest moment in Clever football program history. As the guy that's been here since the very beginning of it, just how special
it is. Just to see the look on the kids' faces is worth it. I didn't come back for this for me. I came back to do this for the kids. And I think, it's a special group of kids. When you have a lot of seniors back, it's always going to be fun. And they just want to win. Jack Whitlinger played tackle tonight. He's been a fullback all year, and he played tackle due to an injury. Gage Evans has played safety all year, and we needed 3 linebackers in, and he completely understood it. He went and played a little bit on defense at the end, but he was right out there on offense when we needed him making catches. And so, our kids, they don't care about where they're at. They just want to win, and that's special.
And I think one of the big moments of the game was, Lucas Peebles, got hit in that seam route there. But just a few plays before that, he had an opportunity for a big play. Drops it. Things could have went south in a hurry, especially for him. But just talk about the confidence that Rex had in him. Go right back to him and make probably the play of the game.
Yeah, that was a shot play we'd put in. We've been running that one a couple of weeks. Just a way to get some momentum, and he missed it, and he said, I won't do it again. So we threw him the ball again, and he scored a touchdown. So Rex has a lot of confidence in these guys. I have a lot of confidence in these guys. They work hard. This was our best week of practice. I think, we come off that loss at Reed Spring, and we kind of knew we gave one away at Reed Spring. We should have been down 20-0, and our kids did not want to repeat that performance. So they come out, and we get the lead, then we give up the lead, and we just played hard, and we're out. We were there to be successful.
It was a great moment out here. By the time that final interception was made, it was electric. I kept calling it pandemonium and here in Clever. You got a tough one coming up next, with Fair Grove. But, even beyond Fair Grove, what can a win like this do for the program?
We're in a Class 2 district where wins are going to be at a premium. Ava, Houston, and there's another one that's 3-0. I can't think of who it is right now. Not Liberty. But anyway, we've got to win ball games if we want to be in a good spot, because we want to host a district game. We've never done that here either. So winning games, and this is a Class 3 school, so we're going to get bonus points, and we're going to get a victory there. So we're going to jump up in those district rankings, and we want to host, and that's a big step for our program to get to do that. You not have to travel on week 10. It makes things a lot better.
Well, Coach, congratulations. I'll let you go celebrate this one with the guys. 27-26, the final score. The Blue Jays defeat the Forsyth Panthers. Thank you very much for your time.
Appreciate it.
So we're going to go ahead and get things wrapped up here fairly quickly, as I got a long drive to make after we get out of here, as we're going to be heading to Norman, Oklahoma for some more football tomorrow. So I had to get that in before I got out of here. But just thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a special night here in Clever. Cannot wait to come back here. But we'll be back next Friday night, Aiden Miller as the Cardinals take on the Ashgrove Pirates, who was up on Pierce City at one point. So we're gonna go ahead and sign off here. Thank you for tuning in to Southwest, tuning in to Friday Night Football here